are salaries, average salaries for players at each position. Now, some break down a little bit better than others. You can see this one only has a handful of players, left tackle, inside. This doesn't show you all the positions. This is Copilot, which actually gave me a pretty good summary of the players as they are defined. Let's see here. I need to. I guess I'm gonna have to reopen this. I apparently did not do this. So I'm trying to calculate. I got to start figuring out the average salary for each of my players. And I'm going to use current averages for caps. So it's like for this season, 2024, for example, if I was to build it off the 2024, because everything's going to be based on current. So if like next year it's more, then we'll increase those averages to make players cost more. Such is the way of the world, right? You know, they just get more and more and more expensive. So ultimately, I gotta get rid of this restream nonsense here. And we're gonna go this 180.2. We'll just say .2. And player pool, let's just say player base salary calculations. Or how about this? Calculating player base salaries. Let's go here and update these titles. Okay, so that's kind of my next step. In order for me to be able to provide a way for players to build their teams, I need to give all the players a salary because you have to base it on salary cap, right? So I got to give every player a calculated salary that's going to be based on their skills, which is based on their stats. So that's only the base salary for each player as they come into the league. There will be other logic later for negotiating salaries and working with those players, in the future, moving forward. But for now, I just need to get all the players onto the team. In order to do that, I need to be able to provide some way for the players to have some measure of limitation as to what you can put on your team. So I am going to go ahead. I got to add tags. Like I said, this thing's not very smart about tags. If I don't add tags, they won't get on there. I don't know why it doesn't read the tags, but it does put them on as far as I can tell. I should probably try and see if I can get it to read whatever tags are there already, just so I can, know what's there. It may not, maybe it's not readable, maybe it's only settable, I don't know. Anyhow, so I was doing some research as to what is the 2024 salary limitations. salary amounts. Tried Copilot, which is some version of ChatGPT, and then I used ChatGPT, which it's given me a lot more. It's not as cool, it's not as straightforward, but the numbers are different, right? So this is the 2024, 2025 based on league-wide data. I don't know where it gets its data, but you can see that tackles, for some reason, tend to be the most highly paid. 10 million a year. Now, I think that's because they have a shorter career cycle, right? Quarterbacks can last for 16, 17, 18 years. Linemen get paid higher, but their careers are typically a lot shorter. I mean, there's a good chance this QB at 8 million, whoever the heck that is, on the average, this average QB making 8 million a year is going to make more than the average tackle in his career, right? So even if he's the greatest tackle since whoever the greatest tackle is, he's probably still not going to last as long. He might have 10 years on, and this is average, right? This is an average 10-year salary. Some of these guys are probably making 20 or 30 million, but again, they may only have a few years of good play in them because it's a wear and tear. You're in the trenches, you're getting beat up a lot. And these guys just don't usually have really long careers. I think in general, I think the average lineman career is only like 2 or 3 seasons on the average. Now there are guys who have lasted longer than that, but it's not the norm. So anyway, my voice is weird today. I don't know if it's because of the coldness down here. I'm not cold, but my voice is like hoarse. I don't know. Such is the way of it, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, I'll probably use just these. This is probably good enough. I just wanted to see if that was normal. You can see that tackles here. No, that's not right. This one here. These quarterback, it says per player averages. Most positions make sense. 4.86 million. Is that really the average? Because here it says it's 8. To me, it feels like 8 is the norm, right? Because you include the high salary guys who are making 30, 40, 50 million a year. And then you have the guys that are making a couple million a year. So, I don't know. And this is one too, but look how big. So this one is the 2023. This one matches up a little closer. Left tackles are about 9 million. It went up to about 10 in the next year. Quarterbacks are 4.8, which is, I don't know, probably because somebody along the way made a bunch of money. I don't know. Because look at quarterback here is 4.86 versus 8. The right tackle, 5 million. That's about right. Went up to 6 million. Average. Outside linebackers are usually doing what, 3.8. I might not separate some of these. I don't know if I'll have outside linebacker salaries and inside linebacker salaries. I'll probably just go like tackles, linebackers, and go from there. I might just have a max, and players who are the best at what they do will get higher amounts. Long snapper. Now here, that's an interesting thing. I don't know. Do I have a long snapper? Is long snapper a position I wanna focus on? It's not very highly paid for sure. And that means putting a player in on certain types of plays, which would adjust. That might have like something I have to put in a game plan, right? So like, when do you do long snappers? That's usually shotgun. No. Are long snappers only used for punts or field goals? Are they used for, I don't know how. I think they're typically just punts, aren't they? Does this have, see, a long snapper? Are long snappers used solely on punts, or are they also on field goal tries and shotgun formations? Oh, extra points. Okay, so, but anyway, do I have long snappers? Do I even know who long snappers are? Am I going to be able to identify those? I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get the positions for all my players. I don't currently have a good mapping of all the player positions. I have some, but I want players. So a center. It's funny. A long snapper is what a part-time center, basically, right? I mean, that's really what they are. They're only used on specific plays. I mean, I guess do all teams even have a long snapper? Do all teams carry a long snapper? Some, like Joe Cardona of the Patriots, even earn over 1.5 million annually. That's not a lot. It's a even earn. Like that's a big accomplishment, right? It's like that's really not that much. You say that like it's a big deal. I mean, rookie. I mean, I don't know what the league minimum is for salaries. I probably won't have a lot of players in the league that earn the league minimum. Um, is the NFL league minimum salary per position or overall? So if you figure a long snapper who's good at their job earns 1.2 million if they just last 7 years. So he's making 300,000 more than the league minimum. Ooh, that's not that's not much of a boost. They make it sound like, ooh, some like him even earn over 1.5 million. While the league minimum, if he's so good, he lasting over 7 years, he's only making 300 grand more.